Hello fellow horror collectors, if you don't know, my name is Mike, and in this video I'm going to be going over the top 5 things that I would love to see from Neca for the Friday the 13th line. If you guys like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments below, because I'll be more than happy to do more videos just like this with other franchises. But without further ado, let's slice right into it. Alright Neca, I know you're watching. Who we fooling here? I know you're watching, so do me a favor and get a pen and get a pad and open up your mind and start making this happen, because this is what we need in our Neca collection. I am surrounded right here by all of these Ultimate Jasons, and I can't help but notice that I'm missing a few things, and I know I'm not the only one. Let's go ahead and go into the 5 things that I would really like to see from Neca and Friday the 13th. Number 1 is going to be this bad boy right here. Now this, of course, is going to be a re-release because the price is so astronomically high, between $500 and $800. If you find it for $500, you honestly get a good deal. I've seen this thing go all the way up to $1,500 asking price, but it has sold between $500 and $800, and I think that this piece in particular really brings an interesting question to the community, and this is why I wanted to do this one first in my top 5, because even if you don't make it super far into the video, I want to know your thoughts about exclusives in collecting. What I mean by that is, do you believe exclusives are fair? Do you think it's the right thing to do? Are you somewhere in the middle? Pause the video and let me know what you think, because here's my thought on it. Now, on one hand, I want everyone to get the pieces and collectibles and figures that they love, because I want everyone to be happy and I want everyone to have a great collection and have anything they want. And that's just kind of who I am. It's kind of how I've always been. And quite frankly, let's face it, Friday the 13th is generational. There is going to be more and more fans that come in to this franchise and become fans. Now, granted, all of them are not going to become, unhinged, crazy, freaking adult collectors like we are, but a lot of them will, and it just sucks that people even in our generation right now have to look back and be like, wow, I couldn't afford that when that came out, or I wasn't collecting Neca, or I wasn't collecting Friday the 13th, and now I'm looking at this $800, $500, $600 2-pack that I'm never going to get my hands on because I just simply can't afford it or justify spending that much on it. And that I can totally agree and I can totally relate to as a bitter fan that has not gotten my hands on certain exclusives and limited pieces. It sucks, and you want it, and you look at the resale price because it's so old now, and everybody on eBay wants to take an arm and a leg and a freaking half your sack for it. I'm just like, whoa, seriously. So I understand and I can relate to that. But on the other hand, exclusives, limited pieces, limited time, this is just a part of our hobby and the community that we are a part of, and it's always been there. Don't you think collectors should be rewarded for going that extra mile, for paying that high ticket price, for going all the way to San Diego, or whatever, being, up early, being the first one on the website, whatever it takes for them to acquire an exclusive or limited edition piece? There's a part of me that feels like they should be rewarded for that. They should be able to be like, hey, I have the Pamela and Young Jason 2-pack, and I got it at the convention in 2015. You know what I mean? I got there early, and I traveled, and I got it, and they deserve to be like, yeah, this is an exclusive, limited edition, rare piece in my collection that they had to go above and beyond for, and they deserve that. So I'm kind of in the middle. I can see it. I can see both sides of it. I don't think exclusives are wrong. I don't think they're bullshit or anything like that. It's just the bitter fan in me is like, motherfucker, I want that. God damn it, I pay all this money. Look, I get it, but the realist part of me says, look, it's a part of the hobby. It always has been, and it always will be. So if you have it or you're going to acquire it, props to you, because it really is a really, really cool 2-pack. But speaking of re-releases and 2-packs, and another bitter fan moment for me, because I never got this, and now it's going for hundreds of dollars on eBay, I really, really would like it if Neca would re-release this bad boy right here, the 25th anniversary box set. Now this thing is so freaking awesome. Of course, you have part 2 Sackhead Jason with a pitchfork and with the pickaxe, and he even has an alternate head where you can take the sack off. It looks really, really cool. But the thing that really sets this apart from everything else is the fact that you get a Pamela figure with a knife, a really cool face sculpt on her. She looks so angry and so menacing. Pamela Voorhees, man, the OG killer, man. It's so cool. And the shrine of Pamela's head and the sweater, her pants, the skull surrounded by the candles. This is an absolutely beautiful diorama box set, and I really want to get my hands on it because I wasn't collecting NECA Friday the 13th years and years and years ago. I've been collecting most of my life, but I didn't specifically have NECA Friday the 13th. And so this is, again, another bitter moment where I didn't get my hands on it. So maybe for the next anniversary, I would really like to see it get a re-release. That would make me super happy, and I think a lot of other fans as well. But the third figure that I think we all want and we all need in the community, and I think I can speak for all of us for these next three. I'm pretty sure I can, but you tell me in the comments down below if I can't speak for you on this. We want to finish our Ultimate Jason line. We want Part 8 Jason. Jason Takes Manhattan. We want it. We need it. The sleek, wet, seaweed look to Jason. That yellow mask. All the tattered up, around the wrists and around like his ankles and shins. It would look so cool. Give him a fire axe and a spear and all these cool accessories. We just want to finish our Ultimate line for Jason. We really need a Part 8. But not only do we need a Part 8, and again, shout out to Hooligan because him and I were talking about this on Instagram. Let's also get a Toxic Waste variant, right? Let's get an alternate variant of that Jason where he's covered in the toxic waste and it's burning through his skin. His clothes are even more tattered. His mask has all the burns in it. It's melting away on his face. And hell, maybe, just maybe, we'll give him an alternate head where he's actually puking out the toxic waste like at the end of the movie. That would be really cool to get a separate variant for the Part 8 Jason. Would be so cool, so awesome, and I would just love to have it. And I know he would as well. But I'm pretty sure I can speak for the community as a whole when I say that we want Part 8 Ultimate Jason on our shelves. Number 2 of what I would love to have on my shelf from NECA for the Friday the 13th franchise would be, and I think you know where we're going with this, a Part 9 Jason. Now look, Jason Goes to Hell, we can debate this movie until the cows fucking come home. Everybody has their own opinion on the movie, and if it's good, it's bad, it's inconsistent, it didn't make any sense, Jason was barely in it, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, I think it was a damn good horror movie, and the special effects were really good, and they hold up to this day. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about that we want a Part 9 Jason Goes to Hell Ultimate figure. I love this look of Jason. I know some people don't like it, but I really do. In particular, the head sculpt and what his face would be, that he had the mask on for so long, it literally became part of his skin. It like connected with his skin. That's absolutely awesome to me, and I think bringing that figure to life, especially NECA and how great they are with their sculpts and all their details, the attention to detail in their figures, I think this thing would be beautifully gorgeous. And for the love of God, give it a double-headed axe as a little nod to the Friday the 13th game. Rest in peace. That would be fucking amazing. Please, NECA, we want a Part 9 Jason Goes to Hell figure. Please. But number 1 that I want from NECA Friday the 13th is hands down probably my favorite Jason movie aside from Versus. It's going to be Jason X. I want both variants of Jason. I want pre-Uber Jason because let's be honest, that's another Jason design that I think is completely underrated, by the way. He has the shackle and chain around his neck. He has the shackles around his wrist. He looks so cool. He's all tore up with all his bullet holes, and his design even features some elements of injuries that he sustained in movies prior, just like Part 7. So I fucking love it, and I think it's such a cool design, and his mask is so different and unique, but still looks really good on Kane Hodder when he rocks it for the movie. Love Jason X, love that design, and of course, we want Uber Jason. The only Uber Jason figure we have as of recording this in 2024 is the old Movie Maniacs figure, which is still really cool, and honestly, shout out to McFarlane because the attention to detail on that son of a bitch is really fucking cool, and that figure is really gorgeous and holds up to this day, but there's no articulation, there's no accessories. We want an ultimate style Uber Jason, and you know, I am quite the whiz, they say, with Photoshop. So take a look at this high quality, professional, never seen better Photoshop. Take a look at this picture right here. Tell me you can look at this photo and not have the biggest hard-on of your life. Seriously, if I saw this announced, I would absolutely lose my mind. I would flip a table, and not with my hands, if you know what I'm saying. This is absolutely awesome. All jokes aside and my horrible photoshopping skills, this thing is absolutely beautiful if it was ever to come to life. We need it. We want it. The fans have been begging for it. Please, Neca, make all of this happen. This is the Friday the 13th list for myself, and I hope I can speak for the rest of you. But of course, I want to know what all of you want from Neca and Friday the 13th. So please leave all of your thoughts down below, what you think about exclusive figures and what you want to see from Friday the 13th and Neca going forward. I have a weird gut feeling that we're going to get another Ultimate Jason probably in the next 2 to 3 years, but maybe that's just me being optimistic. But I want to thank you so much for watching the video. And one last time, my name is Mike, and this is my design.